There's nothing wrong with you. You're just living in a society that has you convinced that there is. You see, for the past 70-ish years or so, our own psychology has been manipulated and used against us. This may sound like a kooky conspiracy theory, but trust me, folks, it's legit. Before I get into the magic that is today's video, please take a second and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit that little bell down there as well so that you get notified each time I post a new video. Okay, folks, so the reason why so many of us feel like we need to change these days has a lot to do with advertising culture. During and after the Second World War, psychologists came to realize the importance of human emotion. They began to understand that the best way to predict our behavior was through controlling how we feel. There's a great little documentary on this topic entitled The Century of the Self that I'll link in the comments if you want to further explore the historical significance of these events. But for the sake of today's video, it's just important that you understand that 1, how we feel dictates how we behave, and 2, there are powers in this world that know this and have taken full advantage of it to control us. At the crux of this issue is the idea that stressed out, sad, or dissatisfied humans tend to 1, consume more, and 2, are easier to control. Knowing this, it's easy to see how our society has been designed around principles that keep us stressed out, sad, worn down, and constantly dissatisfied. Simply put, you feel like there's something wrong with you because this idea has been planted in you before you were even born. In utero, you experienced this messaging as it was presented to your mother and even her mother. And then it was blasted into your subconscious on repeat in a multitude of ways every single day. In fact, it's such a huge part of our lives that many of us don't even realize how often it's happening. And the average human these days is exposed to literally thousands of ads every single day. Ads about being better, looking better, having better things. Airbrush bodies, fabricated lifestyles, and straight up advertising fantasy have us comparing ourselves to unrealistic ideals, constantly striving for goals that don't even exist. We push, strive, and hustle towards these never-ending goals, fooled under the guise that we can always be better, and constant messaging that you're not valuable unless you're doing so. But I'm here to tell you, folks, that desiring a positive experience actually creates a negative one. You see, we're so focused on what's wrong with us that we keep recreating the same kinds of situations, all revolving around how we're not good enough as we are right now. Since our thoughts directly influence our feelings, which directly influence our behaviors, and then the subsequent experiences that we're having as a result of those behaviors, it's super important that you realize there's nothing wrong with you. You are beautiful and perfect just as you are. I know this sounds cliche and maybe hard to accept, but it's completely true and absolutely necessary for you to believe. There is no bad and no good. The entire universe exists on the concept of polarity. For everything, there is an opposite one. You literally cannot have anything good without an equally bad counterpart. So to believe that there's something deficient about you because you feel like you possess less than ideal traits is completely absurd and will 100% keep you stuck, spinning in circles of comparison and endless consumption. There is hope, though. You can choose differently. Here are my top 4 tips that you can begin applying to your life right now. Number 1. Clear the static in your body. When your body is in a stress response, literally all you can do is look for threats, defend yourself, and save energy. For more on this topic, check out my video, 6 Potent Tips to Reduce Stress, which I'll link below. Number 2, make a list of everything you want to change about yourself. Now, consider why you want to change these things. If your why is rooted in anything other than genuine love for yourself, then it's doomed. Number 3, make peace with worst case scenario. What if these things never change? Can you love yourself anyways? A super complimentary practice you can adopt here is known as shadow work. See the link in the comments below to get access to a free 90-minute workshop I ran on this topic to get started on accepting your shadow as a totally valuable aspect of yourself. And number 4, understand that the journey is the reward. There's no end goal. Everything is perfect just as it is. There is beauty in the mess and joy in the mundane. Adopting a neutral paradigm through which to see the world like this releases us from disappointment attached to unrealistic expectations. There's no pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, folks. It's legit right here, right now. You're not behind, you haven't screwed anything up, and there is no rush. You're exactly where you need to be, and you're perfect just as you are. So that's it for today's video, folks. I hope you got something out of it. Please drop me a like and share it with your friends and family if so. And stay tuned for the next one if you're a human who's sick and tired of being sick and tired.